وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا ومولانا محمد وأصحاب سيدنا ومولانا محمد وبارك وسلم وصل عليه. الصلاة والسلام عليك يا سيدي يا رسول الله وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا سيدي يا حبيب الله. الصلاة والسلام عليك يا سيدي يا رحمة للعالمين وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا سيدي يا محبوب رب العالمين. Alhamdulillah, we continue from our topic on the death and afterlife, and we realize that the Imam Ghazali rahimahullah, he begins to get into the detail now. He has introduced death, he's introduced it to us, he gave us a brief regarding it, and now he's going to go into the actual topic in hand and give us the detail of his research. He begins by saying that the actual experience of death, we'll discuss it further, we'll actually discuss the experience of it and the pains of death further, but he begins by saying that the experience of maut is very, very mushkil, is very difficult. And he says that the only heart, yani the dil, the heart that is void from the love of the dunya, that heart has a true understanding and a true tasawwur, has a true ability to do ghawr and fikr. He says the heart that is busy, the heart that is mashghul already in things related to the dunya, that heart, it can't really take lesson, it can't really take heed. That heart is already busy. So what is that heart going to do? Okay, so he's saying that until that heart is not void, until that glass is not void, when a glass is full, can you put anything else inside it? No, because it's full. So he's saying until that heart, the heart, if you imagine the heart is a cup, until that heart is not empty with the hubb of the dunya and the matters related to the dunya, then that heart can't truly take heed, can't truly learn a lesson. That heart can't truly think about maut, can't think about the akhirah, right? So he starts by talking about lengthy hopes, yeah, and this is something we get lost in. Lengthy hopes is having dur umeeden rakhna, you know, I'm going to do this in 20 years time, I'm going to do this in 30 years time, I'm going to do this in 40 years time, right? This is an illness. And he says that a true believer should strive and aim to rid himself of having lengthy hopes. His hopes of this life should only be very brief. Okay, and he gets into it. He says, verse with the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He says, the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to the son of Hazrat Umar radiyallahu anhu, Abdullah ibn Umar, a Jaleel al-Qadr sahabi, radiyallahu ta'ala anhuma. He says to him, as a means of nasiyat to him, he says, in the morning, don't speak to yourself about the evening. He says, सुबह के वक्त अपने आप को रात के बारे में ना कुछ बोलो, अपने आप को रात के बारे में ना सोचो, right? Don't in the evening, don't speak to yourself about the morning, and in the evening, रात के वक्त, don't think about the morning, don't speak to yourself of what you're going to do in the morning. He says, take something from your life for your death, and you take something from your life. This life we have, Allah gave us life. Take from it lesson, take from it what we need in death. The Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, in another narration, narrated by Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala, he says, two things I fear, and two things I fear for you above all else. He says, the pursuit and desire of lengthy hopes. This is the first thing. The first thing the Prophet ﷺ fears for his ummah is that we will be lost in having lengthy hopes in the dunya. Okay? And then he says, and the second thing, the pursuit and the desire of this world, the love, the very love of this world. كما قال الحبيب صلى الله عليه وسلم. And once we get lost in the hope of this world, we can't do anything else. we are lost then, that's it, we are done for. We can't learn, we're heedless, we're ghafil to everything that is going to happen to us later on. And then there's another interesting narration. And the Prophet ﷺ, he learns that, Hazrat Usama bin Zayd. Hazrat Usama bin Zayd was the son of Hazrat Zayd bin Haritha. Radiyallahu ta'ala. Hazrat Zayd bin Haritha was the adopted son of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Only one Sahabi's name comes in the Holy Quran. सिर्फ एक सहाबी है जिनका नाम कुरान पाक में है, वो हजरत Zayd bin Haritha है. Okay, he's the adopted son of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. People used to call him Zayd bin Muhammad. Okay, and then this mas'ala was clarified by Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam that when somebody is adopted, they do not lose their real father's name. It is not allowed to change your identity. It is not allowed to change where you really come from. Yes, he was adopted by Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He was given the choice, if you want to stay with me or go back to your family. He said, no, Ya Rasulullah, I want to stay with you, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. But his second name was to be kept by his biological father, Zayd bin Haritha, radiyallahu ta'ala. So he had a son. He had a son called Usama. Usama bin Zayd is the Sahabi who is mentioned many times in the seerah. So Usama bin Zayd radiyallahu anhu, he buys something from Zayd bin Thabit radiyallahu ta'ala, another Jalil Qadr Sahab. And he buys this and he says to Hazrat Zayd bin Thabit, I'll pay you after a month's time. मैं payment दूंगा लेकिन deferred payment दूंगा. I'll give it to you in a month's time. Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam heard about this. Okay, now the question goes back to how many things do we buy on deferred payments? In today's day and age, we buy everything is deferred payment. Right? So the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam hears this, that Usama has bought something and he said that I will give you the payment after 1 month. And the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, he found this amazing. And he says, when he hears this, he says to the Sahaba, are you not amazed at Usama? Usama par aap logon ko taajjub nahi aata? Are you not amazed at him? That he buys something and he says that he's going to pay it after a month. Yani, how does he know that he's going to be alive after a month? How does he have hope that he's going to be present here in a month's time? Are you not amazed that Usama, the Prophet ﷺ makes this point? And then he says, by him in whose hand lies my soul. Yeah, he says, qasam by Allah. Yeah, وَالَّذِي نَفْسِي بِيَدِهِ. The Prophet ﷺ would pick a qasam like this. By the one in whose hand lies my jaan, my soul. By Allah. He says, never have I closed my eyes without thinking that my eyelids will not close again before my maut comes to me. मैंने अपनी आंखें बंद नहीं की. I've not closed my eyes thinking that this would be the last moment that I close my eyes. Yani Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam, he is imagining maut right before his very eyes. Thinking that this every moment, this 1 second is going to be my last second. जब हम आँख बंद करते हैं, बहुत आसानी से, it's a quick moment. If you're looking at something and you close your eyes, it's as though you can't even see the blackness when you close your eyes. You're still focused on that thing you're watching or looking at. But Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam, he says, never have I then opened my eyes before thinking that this last vision, this last thing that I'm looking at is going to be the last thing that I ever see. His hopes are not stretching to a month's time. Like us, his hopes are not stretching to years and years and years. We have ambitions. We are going to earn this, we are going to buy this, we are going to do this, we are going to do this. We have such long, lengthy hopes. The Prophet ﷺ says, in the time of the morning, subh ke waqt, don't talk to yourself about what you're going to do in the evening. In the time of the evening, don't think that you're going to be here in the morning to do whatever it is that you are planning. And then he says, O children of Adam, if you have sense, if you have aql, he says, take account of yourselves among the dead. He says, अगर तुम्हारे पास अकल है तो तुम अपने आप को जो फोत हो चुके हैं, जो मरहुमीन हैं, उनके साथ अपने आप को शुमार करो, उनके साथ अपने आप का हिसाब करो. Count yourselves that you're already dead. Why count yourself as you're already dead when you're alive? Because kullu nafsin dha'iqatul maut. Count yourself that you're already dead because of the certainty and the yaqeen that death is going to come to you at one moment. Yeah? So having lengthy hopes, the Prophet ﷺ in these ahadith and these teachings is telling us to refrain from. Inshallah, we'll continue this mawdu and subject next week. وآخر دعوايا الحمد لله رب العالمين.
Allah